Hey guys, hope you're all fine. Today we're talking about the philosophy of egoism and what it is, right? Now, egoism is a philosophy that focuses on the self, and it's the idea that people should act in ways that are best for themselves. This does not mean being selfish in a negative way, but rather thinking about one's own well being and interests. Now, of course, there are different types of egoism, such as ethical egoism and psychological egoism, and each one has their own perspective. So, let's go on to ethical egoism and explain what it is. So, ethical egoism is the belief that people should act in their own best interests. According to this view, it is morally right to do what is best for one's self. So, for example, if helping others brings you happiness, then it is good to help others. And ethical egoists argue that everyone should look out for their own needs and desires because this will lead to a better life for each person. And this philosophy suggests that when people take care of themselves, society as a whole benefits from it. If everyone strives to improve their own lives, then society will naturally improve. That's the basis. And this does not mean harming others to get what you want. That's what a lot of people think when they think of egoism, looking out for yourself. They think, oh, harming others to get what others want. Instead, it means finding ways to achieve your goals that do not hurt others. Ethical egoism promotes personal responsibility and self care. Now, let's move on to psychological egoism. So, psychological egoism is the idea that people always act in their own self interest, whether they realize it or not. So, according to psychological egoists, even when people seem to act selflessly, they are actually doing it because it benefits them in some way. For example, a person might donate to charity because it makes them feel good or because they want to be seen as generous. And this view suggests that all human actions are motivated by personal gain. While this might sound quite cynical, it helps explain why people behave the way they do, right? So, understanding psychological egoism can lead to a better understanding of human nature and motivation. Now, of course, there's more thoughts on egoism that I'd love to share with you guys because you're all smarty pants, right? So, egoism encourages people to understand their own needs and desires. By focusing on what is best for one's self, a person can lead a more fulfilling and meaningful life. This philosophy also promotes honesty. Instead of pretending to be selfless, egoists acknowledge their true motivations. However, egoism can also have negative effects if misunderstood. If taken to an extreme, it can lead to selfishness and disregard for others. So it's important to balance self interest with empathy and consideration for others. True egoism does not mean exploiting others, but rather finding ways to achieve personal goals that also respect the well being of others. So, in a broader sense, egoism teaches the importance of self awareness. Knowing what makes you happy and what your goals are can help you make better decisions. Okay? It encourages personal growth and self improvement. All right? By understanding and pursuing your own interests, you can live a more authentic and satisfying life. Egoism is a philosophy that emphasizes the importance of the self, whether through ethical or psychological egoism. The focus is on understanding and pursuing one's own best interests. While it is important to be mindful of others, egoism highlights the value of self care and personal responsibility. It teaches us to be honest with ourselves and to strive for a life that truly satisfies our own needs and desires. So, that was egoism. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give me a like, do subscribe, and comment down below. It helps me reach more people. And yeah, I'll catch you guys soon elsewhere. And you guys take care. And yeah, cheerio then.